So across all of these things, the branding and the authenticity and your consistency over like the first three, right? 3-ish years of the Swarm project. Uh, do you have any advice? I'm releasing this on the Aimed Ahead YouTube channel, and there's a lot of, up and coming artists and aspiring artists who watch it, or at least I think they do. So like what advice would you give to them as far as like the specific things that are important to target when you're trying to cut through the noise?
Man, cutting through the noise is so hard. It's seems like an impossible task even now for me. And I know it's got to be eons harder for somebody just starting out. So know that the feeling of not being able to cut through the noise never really goes away, in my opinion. I think that everybody has a different way of tackling that issue, and some ways, it's whatever works for you at that point. But really, I think at the end of the day, persistence and just never back down approach of doing it is what I personally do. So I can only say I can only tell you what worked for me. But I will say that the only advice I could give for people that are wanting to do this a lot, like wanting to do it,
Yeah.
is do what makes you happy and don't think about what other people will think of it. And you don't need a groundbreaking idea to start with. Sometimes if you're maybe you have a groundbreaking idea that is just so original and that's cool. That's amazing. I wish I had that, but like I don't, so I can't speak for that. But if you are doing everything that feels true to you, if you are happy with what you're putting out, think about the visual part of it. Just have a cohesive look. Doesn't mean you need to dress up in a costume, doesn't mean you need to, whatever. Just do something that makes you happy, because at the end of the day, the only way to persistence and like that never back down mindset is by being consistently able to do that over a long period of time. And that sounds kind of obvious, but so many people, you know, I've seen so many people that are just, they get burnt out because, maybe it wasn't exactly what they want, or they did a brand that was in this very specific niche that is no longer popular.
Mhm.
And so they're just like, fuck, now I got to rebrand. And that's why we have so many fucking rebrands now, is because none of those, I don't think we would have very many rebrands if it wasn't people doing just what they wanted to do, just strictly for the sake of their enjoyment, giving it to other people. I really think that we'd have a lot less things that go away and then come back in a different form. But if you want to do that, that's great. Find a way to make it work for you. But honestly, all that to say, the key to being successful is to make your definition of success about your happiness, and how enjoyable is it for me to make and release this music even if nobody hears it, because for the first while it's going to be almost nobody's going to hear it, and that's the way it is. But if you keep hammering away at it, it's going to happen eventually. And that comes with being happy and being able to do it for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Super long-winded answer, but that's the only thing that I can say with confidence, because that's the only thing I do.
So basically, do what genuinely excites you and makes you happy, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to like stick with it consistently enough to like actually make it
If
with.
you can do it long term, you can do it.
Nice. Nice. I love it. It's kind of universal truths, I reckon. I mean, there's obviously other ways to do it. Like you could go start a tech house project, but
And right now you'll get somewhere pretty quick probably. But just like Tech House went away for a while and came back real hard now, you know, got to be prepared for that. So,
have the happy hardcore side project on deck.
oh, I would do Happy Hardcore Sky Project. I would do Happy Hardcore all day, maybe.
Let's go.
I would do a hard style side projects. I love hard dance. That's the only kind of music that I actually listen to, like electronic music besides industrial, that I listen to outside of, you know, listening to reference mixes or whatever.
Hmm.
Because I love it. It's fucking, well, not all of it, but obviously, but a lot of it gets me fucking going.
Yeah. I have a few small questions that, what flavor questions. One of them that I didn't get to ask you earlier is what kind of stuff are you listening to these days, just for enjoyment?
Rammstein, always been listening to it for 20 years. Let's see. Um, Shadow of Intent. It's a symphonic metal band. It's amazing. Let me just pull up what's on my running playlist right now, because that means that's what I'm listening to.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel it. Sometimes people are like, what do you listen to? You're like, I don't know.
Die Hard is Murder. All been a mainstay. Brand of Sacrifice has been a huge one. Love them. Found this new band last week at the gym called Conquer Divide.
Hmm.
Very cool. Super dope. It's metalcore, but has some electronics in it, has a lot of screaming and singing. It's an all girls band. So talented. Lots of like technical offbeat sounding time signatures and shit. And I just love that. I make really complicated music. So, I love that kind of stuff.
What's it called again?
Conquer Divide.
Conquer Divide.
It's really cool. There's a song System Failure is on my running playlist right now. I found out about them last week. It's really cool. Besides that, mainstays are power metal. Love symphonic power metal, Rhapsody of Fire. My favorite bands for the most part are shit that's real off the grid. Um, Orbit Culture, another band that I just discovered recently, really cool. Lots of stompy riffs and shit. But yeah, just I'm always on the hunt for new metal shit because I love it, especially if it has symphonic stuff in it.
Nice. Yeah, that tracks.
The whole inspiration to my sound comes from anyway. It's just doing that, but not quite that.
Hmm. Did you used to listen to more electronic music? Is that like why you make electronic music? Or was it just like, I can use a computer, but I don't want to put together a band?
I'll be honest, I have no idea. Oh yeah, it was I went to one of my friends made me go to a festival in like 2017, and it was pretty cool actually. I'm just like, whoa, like I don't listen to this at all. I had known about dubstep. Like when it first really emerged in 2014-ish times when Skrillex dropped, Scary Monsters and Ice Sprites. I had grown up in metal, and everybody in metal either fucking hated it or they were like, "Oh, I love dubstep." Because it is. It's literally the fucking
It's like breakdowns.
it's breakdowns but in music form. And it was very fresh then. Then all the heavy hitters came along. Some of them went away, some of them stayed. Excision back in the day, I went to go see Excision, and that was pretty eye-opening for me because it literally was like a metal show. It was crazy. There's people headbanging, and I'm just like, what the fuck, man? And then that's what really I listened to it at that point a little bit, but I still was not really into it. But in 2017, a couple years later, I went to a festival and I saw it live, and I'm just like just saw how the people react and stuff, and just like, you know what? I think I could probably do this, but just bring like a really darky metal flavor to it.
Hmm.
And then it took a while to get to be able to do that, but yeah, that's really what started. But so basically, before I really got knee deep into this, I did listen to some. It was not a focus for sure,
Hmm.
but I did listen to some, and now I listen to exactly none.
Maybe it's for the best, honestly. Like the less outside voices you have coming in and influencing you, like the more pure it can be.
Of now, there are a couple artists that I keep track of. Castor, ridiculous. Castor, Ironheart, Celestial Void. Those are like three of my favorite electronic artists at the moment. Emotiona, um, all my past and future collaborators like Kate, Sounder, all these people. I always listen to all their music, electronic or not, because it's awesome. They're fucking awesome, and everybody should go listen to them. But yeah, besides that, no, absolutely none whatsoever. I like dark hip hop a lot. I listen to a lot of dark hip hop.
Like trap metal or like horrorcore or like
Yeah, I mean,
Tech Nine.
I genuinely hate those. I don't know where those labels came from, but yes, that. Not all of it. Most of it's garbage. Let's be real. Most of it sucks. Ghostmane, I've liked Ghostmane forever. Love Ghostmane. I don't know what style he is, but whatever that is very cool.
Yeah.
Uh, he's definitely up in my top 10 artists.
Nice.
Maybe top five. Because he just really loved experimenting now, and I love that.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of Suicide Boys. Some of their songs are awesome. Some of them are just not for me. But that still, I do listen to that sometimes. Istasha.
Dude,
Istasha is unfucking believable.
you turned me on to him, and it's been like, yeah, no going back. So good.
Because he is so good, dude.
Swarm Tasha collab when?
Well, we had something, it didn't end up working out, and then we tried again and it didn't end up working out. So hopefully sometime.
Fingers crossed.
But he's my favorite of that entire group for sure. He's definitely a little bit different though. He does a lot of extra flavor shit.
He does. The texture.
Texture is the most unbelievable thing I've ever heard. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, if he's fucking swishing mouthwash over the mic or something and put him on his kicks and his snares, but I don't know what it is, but it's fucking awesome.
It's so sick.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what I listen to. Yeah. And I play guitar, so I just fuck around and guitar a lot.
Nice. Let's see here. Last couple questions. If you weren't doing Swarm, or if you just, just nobody cared, and you were just doing it for yourself for fun, like what do you think you'd be doing?
It probably the same thing, maybe a little more metally, like industrial metally. But I mean, I have that covered plenty of times throughout my discography and then even upcoming. So like, I'm honestly, this is just music I like making.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not the electronic music element is part of it, it's still very similar to how it would be otherwise.
So just like, regardless of if music worked, you'd be doing music.
Yeah, I think I was destined for it, and that sounds stupid, but I say that kind of as a joke, but like it feels like it's what I'm supposed to be doing because like I crashed landed into it so hard without meaning to, and I've always been obsessed with music. No matter what, if I was a child, my mom told me my favorite toy was the plastic microphones.
Mm-hmm.
Always have been obsessed with music. I just even now, like I constantly have to have music playing because I just love it.
Mm-hmm.
Run, I can zone out for a fucking hour while I go run. I run a lot and just listening to music, not even stuff I know, just absorbing it. And I just put it on shuffle on some random thing. And I think it was definitely supposed to be music from the start, but I just have to be creative.
Yeah.
I have an outlet to be creative. I'm happy.
Fuck yeah. As a Florida man, what is the most Florida man thing you've ever done?
I'll be honest with you, man. I'm not a very Florida man. I do not leave the house unless absolutely necessary. I hate the beach. I hate the sun. I hate the summer.
Mm.
I loathe pretty much everything about Florida.
Why are you still there?
Well, up until recently, the housing market was the cost of living was unbelievably lower here than most of the rest of the country.
Okay, that's fair.
My wife moved here because she came from New York, which was just insane. And then we found a great house. Now we have the coolest house ever. And so like we've been able to make it our own. Yes, it's hot. I'm trying to think of the most Florida man thing I've ever done. Because I mean, I've lived here my whole life. So like I don't
Surely you did something in high school noteworthy.
Oh, I've never been mudding. Never been mudding. I don't know. Shit. I mean, honestly, I know this is a real big letdown, but I just don't do Florida man shit. So I don't know. I don't do it. I don't have any friends. I don't have any.
It's a little disappointing, but
I don't leave the house unless I'm going to run, go to the gym, or mowing the lawn.
All right, we'll let you slide on this one.
Thank you for letting me slide straight.
As a tropical goth, I'm gonna be leaving Japan soon and moving back to Southeast Asia for a little while.
Oh wow.
Do you have any like tips for how to survive the heat? Are there specific brands or fabrics that I can look out for that make it more bearable, or is it just sort of a matter of putting your body through the humidity meat grinder?
Yeah, bro, just don't leave the house.
Okay, all right, word.
That's the best way to survive it. There's, Nike Dry Fit. They
Mm,
have great moisture wicking shit. Get some in the pants.
mm,
Pants are wonderful because, just get the little thin, stretchy pants that look like you're going to work out
hmm.
and that look nice. They make slacks that do that, but they're very thin and very breathable. And
Okay,
then you nice, just a thin black shirt, and you're good, bro.
perfect. All right, see, this is what I needed to
And
know.
don't leave the house.
Yeah, and also stay in the air conditioning at all times.
Exactly.
All right, brilliant. Uh shit, I had one other. Oh, last thing. I had to ask, have you ever been to the castle?
Which castle? Oh, the castle in Tampa.
Yeah.
I haven't, and you know why? Because I just heard about it like 3 months ago, and so we went. We were gonna go. Uh, my wife and some of her friends and me. I played in Tampa like a month, 2 months ago, and
Mm,
we were gonna. And I only heard about it real early before that, and but by the time I get done playing, it's 3 a.m. When I headline, it gets out at 3, and it's a nightmare. But it's the castle closes at 4, and so by the time I'm done playing, it's 3. Pack up. I'm disgusting and sweaty. There's no time to go.
yeah.
So I've heard all about it. That's about 3 hours down south from me, Tampa, but I haven't been there yet. I've heard that there's some debaucherous shit going on, so I'm a little scared for sure. But I think that it'll be fun to be there for at least a couple minutes. But I've never been there.
Yeah. I mean, no, I've never been. I talked to Morris Black a while back and he was like,
Yeah, he sounds like he would be the
yeah,
goth community in Florida is thriving. It is true.
the tropical goths.
Tropical goths and Jacksonville. I am blown away about how many more goth people live here now. Like, just we went to some thing the other day, like a little community market, and there's a shitload of goth people in there. I'm like, where the fuck you're all coming from? Hell yeah.
Interesting. I wonder if there's some like, some studies to be done about like what, because you would think it would be the opposite. You wouldn't want to go to like the sunny, hot places.
No, I think it's the people that are born here growing up. They become goth because they hate everything so much. That's my theory, at least.
Mm,
But I'm actually doing a song with Morris Black, dude, and it's dope. So I love him. He's such a cool dude. He's always been a cool dude.
he's so chill.
He is. He's so nice.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil anything, but I actually did get to hear that track and it's fucking awesome. You guys killed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Got a little sneak peek. So I told him that I was going to interview you next.
Yeah, there's I think so. That was probably the version he did last, and then I'm on like the last little thing. I think it's definitely because like the parts in that one were like my initial like here's my idea parts, and
Mm,
now it's like the whole thing's real thick,
mm,
very very large now, and I'm really excited.
refined. Excellent. Cool. All right. I think that's all I got for you. Thank you for sticking around for so long and through the technical difficulties.
Oh, absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you for having me. You're awesome, and your music's awesome.
Much appreciated. Right back at you.